Delhi Capitals and Punjab Kings are going to see a lot of each other in this last week of the league stage. On Saturday evening, they meet in Delhi before a meeting in Dharamsala on Wednesday. What can we expect on Saturday night at Firozshah Kotla? Delhi, 8 points in 11. Their fate is not so much in their hands. But for Punjab, it very much is. They are on 10 points. They have 3 games to play. And there are some selection questions. In the last game, when they lost to Kolkata Knight Riders in the last over, you heard Shikhar Dhawan almost rue the absence of an off-spinner when they came against a KKR middle order which was left-hand heavy. A similar problem presents itself against Punjab because Delhi too have their fair share of left-handers. Is it time to bring Sikandar Raza back in?
Yeah, or Matt Short, because Matt Short bowls part-time off-spin as well. What they don't have is, a genuine off-spinner. They've got, Sikandar Raza is an all-rounder. He's a batting all-rounder that bowls off-spin, and so does Matt Short. They're very similar. So their overseas combination is going to be fascinating because I think that's one part of the puzzle that they need to resolve. I've got a feeling that they've got to nearly rethink their whole strategy about what their top 5 looks like because it's not really firing. There's parts of it that's firing, like Jitesh is firing. He's doing a great job. Livingston looks like he's, just caught fire at the right time of the tournament. We know Shikhar Dhawan's always not far away from scoring runs. He's done it historically and consistently. But the overseas mix is their issue outside of Livingston's consistency and Ellis's consistency. Sam Curran's been under pressure with his consistency, and obviously they've flipped and flopped with Short, Sikandar Raza and Rajapaksa. So that's an interesting selection meeting.
Yes, and you mentioned Sam Curran. His bowling form has got to have them worried. The last 5 games don't make for good reading. 16 overs, 210 runs and just the 2 wickets. Would you say it's his batting capabilities that are keeping him in this team, given the form right now?
Yeah, I think his all-round capabilities keep him in the side. His batting, he's a leader. We saw him captain a few games in Shikhar Dhawan's absence, but he's also just genuinely that sort of positive influence in a dressing room. And his bowling, okay, it hasn't been as good as what Punjab would have expected, and to be fair, what he would have expected coming into the tournament. But interesting enough, he's playing a different role with the ball than he did with that successful World Cup he had down under. He's not getting the new ball. So he's not getting that chance very early on to get that new Kookaburra ball to swing and pick up a wicket or 2 early. So that's sort of been taken away from him. He's bowling those middle overs and death overs, and he's been exposed in both those areas. So maybe they need to shift his role if they're going to continue looking at him bowling 4 overs, and maybe give him the new ball and see if he can get that new ball to swing and see if he can get those breakthroughs like he did so successfully in that World Cup campaign. And maybe that could be the turning point of his campaign.
So given everything we've just discussed, what would be the overseas 4 you would pick for Punjab?
Yeah, it's a tricky one. I would go back to Matt Short because to me, I think they need a pure top order batter, and I think Rajapaksa is a little bit hit and miss, and he's one-dimensional cricketer. Where Matt Short will give you that off-spin option that Shikhar Dhawan's, crying out for, whether it be in the power play. And I'm not saying he's anything like a Chakravarti or a Narayan or, that quality, or an Ashwin type quality spinner. But he's capable of bowling a minimum of 2 overs if that matchup presents, or if the surface provides that a little bit of turn. So I'd go with Short, Livingston, Ellis, and Sam Curran would be mine.
Want to bother with a prediction? 2 fairly enigmatic teams. Who are you favouring?
Yeah, it's an interesting one, isn't it? I think Punjab for this one. Yeah, I just fancy that they may sort of have a bit of a late run for this playoff. Everyone's got a lot of hard work to do, and everyone will be looking over each other's shoulders. But, I think Punjab for this one.
And with all due respect to Delhi, that is the result or the outcome which keeps that mid-table logjam even more interesting going into the final week of action.